Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you guys in just a second, but this is piggybacking off of my podcasting series, Profiting from Your Pinterest Marketing. So I walked you guys through the different components that you should use in your strategy for your Pinterest marketing for your business, but I wanted to give you a quick tour of my Pinterest account and kind of walk you through some of those important components and what everything is and how it all works together. So I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. If you don't know who I am or if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I'm Danielle Towner of DreamWork Creatives, and I help people build their online presence and their brand awareness through content marketing, through web consultations, and through digital products. So if you check out my podcast, which I will post a link in the comments for you to check that out, then you can learn more about me and also about the different areas that I've helped to train people on with building their websites and blogging, doing content marketing, and just building their brand and their online presence. So let me go to share my screen really quick. Pull up my Pinterest. All right. So the first thing when you have a Pinterest for business account, the first thing this is the first screen that you're gonna see, which is basically their business hub. So it's gonna show you the dashboard and kind of give you a brief overview of your analytics and also any ad performance that you have. And then these are it's actual content and blogs that they have as resources to help you do better on Pinterest with your ads and understanding your analytics, all the tools they have on making pins and all that. But like on this page, some of these analytics are what you would call vanity metrics. So they're not really important. They don't really show a lot, or they're not important to they don't display like what the success is of your business. So as I told you on the podcast, the most important thing that you want to look at is your saves and your clicks. I mean, impressions are important, of course, because it tells you about how many people your pins are getting in front of. But if of course, to grow your business, you're concerned about saves and clicks. Like, how impactful is this pin at getting people to save it? They're inspired by it to save it, and even more, they're clicking on it to actually get to that information, get to that product, get to that service. So the saves and the clicks are most important, and it'll tell you which pins are performing better, which most of them are video pins, because video is where it's at now. So over here is going to kind of give you an overview of your monthly views and your followers. And also what I told you, follower numbers. I mean, they're cool. It's great to have a lot of followers. And that they do have an area where the people you follow, it shows their feed, from your community. Like your feed, your opinions will come up in their community feed. But it's still kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't help or hinder your success. You can have 100 followers and still be killing it with link clicks and pins, because your pins are getting exposure and they're performing well, and you have a well-designed pin and you have high quality content linked to that pin, which is another thing that I shared with you that is the utmost important in your strategy. So over here, you'll have like your notifications, you'll have messages, and other announcements here. But I'm clicking on my messages to show you what I talked to you about, like if people notice your pins or just notice anything about your profile or your account, they may invite you to a board. Now that's what I was telling you about the group boards. And When I go into my account, I'll show you an example of what a group board looks like. But this person has invited me to collaborate with them on their group board. So here are these announcements. What is that? Okay, so this, it looks like, it looks like messages or comments that people have made on different pins. And I said, what is that? Because it looked like the main notifications, but it's a little bit different. But this is the notifications that tells you when people have saved, have liked any of your pins, have commented on them, or when you've received followers. Okay, so that's all we're gonna look at for now. Like going through the ads is like a whole nother video. So these are the overview of the analytics if you want to get more information about your analytics. But you also, as I was telling you in the podcast, you can connect Google Analytics if you have a Tailwind account. And Tailwind is going to be a whole nother video too. But that's basically like the automation part of making sure that you schedule pins so that they're pinned at the right time. So if you click on business, it has Business Hub, which is where we are now, and then the home feed, which is basically that community feed that I was telling you about, where all of the pins are here. Now, based on the new rules of Pinterest, they want businesses to focus on pinning their own content. So this wouldn't be as important as it used to be for you, because not for a business account, because you're not really pinning other people's content, you're focusing on pinning your own. Now, this is what your audience would see. So if they're following you, or if they're searching for certain terms and you have those keywords, or you have that information within the pins and the content that you're pinning, then you would show up here. And even if the algorithms detect, okay, they're looking for purses, or they're looking for a certain style or a certain type of purse, and you're pinning fashion information, or you're pinning information about a purse that you're offering, then the algorithms may detect that, and you may become a part of what they're showing in the feed. So next, I want to show you, well, these are the pins. So if you are still confused after listening to the podcast, if you're still confused about what a pin is, these are the pins. So this is a pin, and let me go to my board. All right, so this is my profile really quick, and one of the things that you want to make sure is that you have a descriptive profile that tells exactly who you are and what you do, like what you offer. Remember when I kind of talked about features and benefits? So basically, you're sharing the benefits in your profile. Like, what can you do? What can you help somebody do? What can you do for them? So it talks about the tips that I provide, and it talks about how I help entrepreneurs build their brand awareness and online presence, just like I shared with you guys when I first opened up the video. It gives a caption of how many followers you have, and the same typical stuff that you would find on a social media platform, even though Pinterest is technically considered a search engine. Since I have products, digital products, and apparel, it shows my shop here, and then under created, it would show my pins. So these are, like I said, these are examples of the pins. So you have pins and you have boards. The pins are the individual graphics that you see here, the vertical graphics with the description of what is linked to, the content, the products, whatever is linked to. It shows that, and then if you click on it, it'll give even more detailed description and an option for you to visit that link that's attached to it. The boards are where you would, if you choose to save this pin, you would save it to whatever board for that category. that you have, that you created on your account, or your users would be doing this. And so that's what they say when they say pin it to a board. So you're basically saving this pin to a board that's categorized. If you were saving this one that says 5 small business ideas, you may have a board called small business tips, and you would basically go here and click save and go to the appropriate board here. So let's go to a board and look at a board so I can show you that. Any day now. Let's see here. Some things have changed. So I'm gonna just go back to the home feed and start over. Okay. Let me go back here. And then I use my mobile app a lot. So it may be a little bit different. It may be a little bit different on here too. I'm gonna find it. Save. Okay, so it's under save now. It used to be under something different, but okay, this shows all my pins, and then this shows each of my boards. So this is a board. It basically has a description, and as a business Pinterest account, you need to have a search engine optimized board title and description. And then you have the board covers that are given like a brief description of what people, if they come across this board, they want to follow the board, or because people can follow you or they can follow the board. It gives a brief description of what they can find within this board. So these are examples of that. And you click on it, then you can see the description of it, and you can see if you've broken it down into subcategories or subboards, then you can see that within there too. So the most important part of Pinterest is, or the most, the thing that you need to grasp is like the pins and the boards. And another thing, let me show you the group board here. Where is it? Okay, so this is one. Well, this is 2 of them. Girl Crush co-bloggers and biz babes, Black bloggers everywhere, blogging babe. Like all 4 of these are group boards. So let's click on it. So here it tells you that in the 17, it tells you how many people are a member of these boards, and it tells how many people are following the boards. It gives the SEO description, and basically on the group boards, you're collaborating with them, and you're adding to these boards like whatever you have to contribute. They have all types of group boards. Some of them could be for bloggers, it could be for business owners, it could be for specific business owners, like if you're in finance or you're in real estate or you're a virtual assistant or you're you're into fashion, you own a boutique. There are specific boards or group boards that could be for your industry or for your niche, and you guys are collaborating and adding your pins together, so you're creating a bigger impact. You're putting your information in front of a different audience, and you're getting more exposure. So that's the purpose of group boards, and that's something that really helps you along with the other strategies to get exposure, to get more clicks, and to get more pins. But the thing that you want to make sure that you are focusing on the most, and I've probably already said this in the podcast too, but just make sure that you're creating a good experience for the user. So that includes creating high quality pins. That includes making your descriptions in your profile, on your pins, and on your board, making it search friendly so that people can find this information that you're providing when they're looking for it, and also making sure that you're pinning at the best times each day, and making sure you're pinning often. So some of the things that are going to help you do that are design tools and an automated scheduling system. So we'll get into that in the next video. The next couple of videos, I want to talk to you about how to design like a beautiful, eye-catching, high-quality pen, what that needs, all the components of that, and how to do that using an easy design tool like Canva. And I also want to talk to you about using an automated tool like Tailwind to schedule your pins so that they're delivered to your audience at the best times. So those are two that I want to go over. And like I was telling you, the ads, that's like a whole nother video too. So that'll be the last thing that I cover, because you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to get the most organic exposure, and then you can implement your ads. So I hope this was helpful for you, this quick tour and explaining and walking you through how Pinterest looks and how it looks for business. And hopefully I didn't leave anything out, but if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. You can pop them in the comments wherever you're watching this from, and we'll talk about it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope this was helpful for you, and I will talk to you next time. And one more thing, if you have not had a chance, or if you didn't know about my podcast series, then you can go to either my website, danielletowner.com, or you can go to your favorite, any major podcast net platform, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any of those. Dreamers Den podcast is there, but you can search for it, and you can watch the Profiting from Your Pinterest Marketing series, and that goes along with these videos to give you strategies to help you to grow your Pinterest, to get traffic, and to get booked and get sales. So once again, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys next time.